We're going to start with the background of the Takaful industry in Malaysia. So the inception and rapid growth of the Takaful industry in Malaysia during the 1980 was driven by the Muslim community. It need to have a Sharia compliance for existing conventional insurance. It was also to assist the operation of the Islamic Bank established in 1983. The need for Takaful was heightened when the Malaysia National Fatwa Committee ruled the conventional life insurance is against of the Sharia principle, as it entailed elements like moral, maisir, and riba. So the governments in the 1982 set up a special task force to study the feasibility of established Islamic insurance in Malaysia. Based on the result, the Takaful Act was passed in 1984. In November 1984, Malaysia incorporated its first Takaful operator using the library research method. The study looked into the Malaysian Takaful industry to examine its overall development. The results show that the industry has been rapidly growing and the number of the players multiplied significantly. And industry that once had only one operator has become an integral part of the financial system. So Bank Negara Malaysia continue effort and the Takaful operator in the development dynamic. And infection, the Takaful industry has successfully brought the industry to where it stands today.
The next one, I will talk about the legal framework of Takaful industry in Malaysia. First of all, the Takaful Akta of 1984 is the specific akta that regulates the Takaful business. This akta ensuring that the Takaful industry operated responsibly without risking the interests of the participant and also the sectors. The Ministry of Finance was in charge of the Takaful industry until year 1988. The development of Takaful industry include three phases. During phase 1, which happened on year 1984 until 1992, that started with the enactment of a dedicated regulatory law, which is the Takaful Akta 1984 and the establishment of the first Takaful operator in 1984. The primary focus during this period was the establishment of the basic infrastructure for the industry. This Akta, which is still in use, is acted to govern the conduct of Takaful business and requires the registration of Takaful operators. It also provides for the establishment of Sharia committees to ensure that the business operations of a Takaful operators are in compliance with the Sharia principles at all times. After phase 1, the next phase in development of Takaful industry is on phase 2, which started on year 1993 until 2000. That marked the introduction of competition with the entry of another Takaful operator. This period also saw a great cooperation among Takaful operators in the region, including the formation of the ASEAN Takaful Group in 1995 and the establishment of ASEAN Retakaful International in 1997. This has facilitated Retakaful or reinsurance arrangements among the Takaful operators in Malaysia and in the region, namely Brunei, Indonesia, and also Singapore. The next phase is phase 3. This phase started on 2000 until now. This phase began with the introduction of the Financial Sector Master Plan in 2001, which among other objectives is to enhance the capacity of the Takaful operators and also strengthen the legal, Sharia and regulatory framework. The section of the FSMP, which relates to Islamic banking and also Takaful, is a roadmap toward realizing the aspiration of Malaysia becoming an international center for Islamic finance. This period has so far witnessed an increased pace of development and also a competition with the licensing of 3 new operators. To further promote the development of the Takaful industry, the Malaysian Takaful Association (MTA) and Association for Takaful Operator was established in 2002. The MTA aspires to improve industry self-regulation through the uniformity in market practices and in promoting a higher level of cooperation among the players in developing the industry. Liberalization of Takaful industry in 2009, which saw the issuance of 4 new family of Takaful license in 2010, two players that can offer significant value proposition to Malaysia to spur the development of the industry. And given the push of the introduction more stringent capital requirements, Malaysia has extended the discussion of risk-based capital to Takaful, which is RBC, and the RBC approach is expected to be implemented in 2011 or 2012, which will help to enhance the industry capital base. And the last one is Bank Negara Malaysia also launched a financial sector blueprint on 2011 until 2020.
Bank Negara Malaysia is a regulator for Takaful industry in our country. Some regulation of Takaful industry are Takaful Act 1984, Insurance Act 1996, and also Central Bank Act 2009. The regulation development has started with the enactment of a regulatory law, the Takaful Act 1984. The primary focus during this period was the establishment of the basic infrastructure for the industry. Besides that, Islamic Financial Services Act 2013 is a comprehensive legislation that covers various aspects of the Takaful. It promotes the soundness and stability of the Islamic financial system and protect the interests of participants. In 2001, Financial Sector Master Plan also been introduced, which have objective to enhance the capacity of the Takaful operator and strengthen the legal, Sharia and regulatory framework. Central Bank Act 2009 has allowed PNM to carry out its function to ensure the Takaful business is a Sharia compliant. Then, when there is a Sharia Advisory Council and Sharia Committee, Sharia Board be responsible to provide guidance on the compliance of Takaful operation, ensuring they are in line with Islamic principles.
The company that we have been chosen is Great Eastern Takaful. Let me introduce first the background of the Great Eastern Takaful. Great Eastern Takaful was founded in 2010. It is a partnership company by iGreat Capital Holdings Sdn Berhad, which is iGreat, a subsidiary of Great Eastern Holdings Limited and Koperasi Angkatan Tentera Berhad. GETB has adopted the Takaful for all approach, putting the customer and their need first. The vision of this company is to paving the way to great and colorful life, Takaful for you and me. And the mission is to caring for your needs with attractive and affordable product. Next to experiencing great moments with us, we deliver our promises on time and all the time and to be the preferred partner for all stakeholders by attracting and developing value-based talent. This is the people that conduct this company. The CEO of GETB is Mr. Shahrul Azlan bin Shahriman. Next, the CFO is Jarvin Kuman Marni. The appropriate actuary of GATB is Muhammad Khalif bin Khairullah, and lastly Nurul Sheila Khalif as the Vice President and Head Marketing of GATB. The business of this company is they offer a range of Takaful coverage with different benefits to suit how like they protect themselves and their loved ones. The type of Takaful plan that they offer is Family Takaful, Health Protection, Future Goal, Work Accommodation, and Online Takaful plan. This is the two products that we choose from Great Eastern Takaful. For the medical card Takaful is iGreat Media Harapan, and for life Takaful is iGreat Inspirasi. I will explain about iGreat Media Harapan. iGreat Media Harapan is a medical plan that assists people in paying hospital bills due to medical or accidental causes. It is important people to have medical card Takaful because in the event of emergency or hospitalization, there are some of the costs that the patient or family members have to bear. The terms of condition of iGreat Media Harapan is, firstly, the participant must disclose all material facts. Second, participant may cancel the certificate by returning the certificate within 15 days after the certificate has been delivered. The eligibility for covered benefit due to illness only start 13 days after the effective date. A grace period of 13 days from each contribution due date has been given. The benefit of featured is participant can get the deductible of 300 ringgit per disability, which means participant only pay 300 ringgit of their hospital bill for selected covered benefit. So for the rest of the payment will be covered by the Takaful operator. Next, participant can enjoy 5% of family discount when they participate in iGreat Media Harapan. Other than that, it provides a medical coverage up to age 100 years, which means participants can get medical coverage and benefit until the participant reach 100 years age next birthday. So the difference between I-grade Media Harapan and I-grade Inspirasi is I-grade Media Harapan is a medical that can protect participant and participant family. So it is very good if people choose I-grade Media Harapan than I-grade Inspirasi.
For the life protection of Great Eastern Takaful Berhad, we had chosen I-Grade Inspirasi. The product is a financial security in the event that the unexpected happen. It also provides adequate coverage against infectious and mosquito-borne diseases. The term and condition that participant must follow is must be aged above 14 days and the maximum age to participate is 65 years old. The second condition is the minimum sum covered is 15,000 ringgit and the maximum sum cover is 200,000 ringgit. In addition, customers should know that upon termination or maturity or expiry, no benefit will be payable from Tabarruk Fund. This life protection is affordable because the monthly contribution as low as 50 ringgit and 50 cent. It is also having a high sum covered up to 200,000 ringgit. The participant also can get the hospitalization benefit. I-Grade Inspirasi is special because the participant can have a protection against infectious and mosquito-borne diseases while the competitor did not provide it.
So moving on to the next part, which is the Takaful model that we use for these two products. So the conceptual framework of the underlying Islamic insurance concept are realized through the Takaful operating model employed by the Takaful operator. The Takaful operator are the flexibility in operating the Takaful business under the different model. So although the operator are generally required to fulfill the fundamental opponent that character their operation, some operational differences that do not contradict are essential with this tenet are tolerate. As such, several Takaful models have been introduced to suit the business objective of the operator. The Takaful model that we use for these two products is Wakaf model. This is because the donation received for the participant seeking the Takaful protection will also be part of this fund and combined amount will be used for the investment and the profit and will again be deposited into the same fund. So the company on the basis of the set rule and regulation will pay the loss of the participant of the funds from this same fund. So besides this, all operational expenses that would be required for providing Takaful service, for example, agreement of the Takaful and build up of the reserve will also be made from the same fund. For different of the Takaful service, different type of the risk, more than one Wakaf fund can be formed with the shareholder money to form a Wakaf future allocated into the different portion of the fund of the form spread Wakaf fund of the for the different line of Takaful service. Wakaf can be used establish a Takaful fund to provide healthcare benefit to participants such as covering the cost of the medical treatment or providing disability benefit.
The governance structure of Great Eastern Takaful Berhad has board of directors that responsible for setting direction of the company. They have fiduciary duties to act in the best interest of the company and stakeholders. Then, the CEO is responsible for the overall management and day-to-day operation. In addition, the shareholders have the power to vote on certain matters such as major corporate decision and the appointment of auditor. Moreover, this company is subject to the regulation and oversight of Regulatory Bank Negara Malaysia and Securities Commission. They will protect the interests of policyholders and stability of the Takaful industry. Meanwhile, the Sharia Supervisory Board, who have Islamic experts that provide guidance on the company compliance with Sharia principle and ensure the product and operation in accordance with Islamic law. Sharia Committee in Great Eastern Takaful Berhad consists 1 chairperson and 4 members. The chairperson is Dr. Muhammad Firdaus Muhammad Hatta. He is currently served as a senior lecturer of Arshad Ayub Graduate Business School, Faculty of Business Management, University Teknologi Barat Shah Alam, Selangor. So next, one of the Sharia Committee member is Dr. Muhammad Pisol Mat Isa. He was appointed in December 2022. The next Sharia Committee is Dr. Siti Saloni Razali. Currently, she also serves as Syariah Committee member of MIDF Amanah Investment Bank Berhad. The third member is Dr. Muhammad Naim Omar. Dr. Muhammad Naim Omar had previously served as a member of Syariah Committee in the Islamic Banking and Takaful sector. The last Syariah Committee member of Great Eastern Takaful Berhad is Dr. Nurush Aini Muhammad. She actively conducts researches, present paper and training on Sharia and Islamic finance. She also had published articles on contemporary issues in Islamic finance.
Now, the performance of profit and loss of Great Eastern Takaful. In 2020, they get a profit which is 9,212,000 ringgit Malaysia. In 2021, the performance is increased. The Takaful operator gained profit which is 18,566,000. And lastly, in 2022, the performance is decreased. Even decreased, they still gain profit which is 14,311,000.
Next, I will explain some of the differences between the Takaful Akta 1984 and also IFSA 2013. The first features of the differences is from a regulatory framework perspective. Takaful Akta 1984 famous up until the introduction of the IFSA 2013, and the Takaful Akta was a major piece of the legislation controlling Takaful in Malaysia. And for the IFSA, it's a complete law that oversees the entire Islamic financial system, including the Takaful, Islamic banking, and other Islamic financial institutions, and offer a broader framework for regulating the Takaful business. And for the next feature of the differences is a from Sharia compliance view, which is for the Takaful Akta 1984 is the act that underlines the significance of a Sharia observance in Takaful business. And for IFSA 2013, the renewed Akta that focused on a Sharia and the requirement for Takaful operators to set up a Sharia committee in charge of overseeing adherence to Sharia principles. The next differences from a licensing and regulation view. For the Takaful Akta 1984 establishes the legal framework for Takaful operators, licensing and regulations only, but for the IFSA 2013 covers a wider spectrum of Islamic financial institutions than just a Takaful providers. The last references we can see from our product offerings and structure of both Akta. For the Takaful Akta 1984 does not precisely restrict the kinds of Takaful goods that Takaful providers may sell, and for the Takaful Akta 2013 is more truth guidelines and product offering and also structures.
In conclusion, Great Eastern Takaful Company offer the greatest and the most complete Takaful protection plan in Malaysia that complies with the Sharia. Additionally, they offer a selection of Takaful programs that work for their customer, one of which is the item that we discussed in the video. The Takaful contract makes us of a number Sharia ideas such as Tabarruk and Wakaf. And based on our finding, which require of analysis of the company profit for 3 years, there is an increase in the 2021 after 2022 and a decrease in the 2022. There is a difference in the control framework regulator, license and regulatory, Sharia compliance, and also based on the product offering and the structure.